Hello everyone, this is Karen.
Welcome back everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of the Hsinchu Zoo, where the animals rule. And the vocabulary words are statue.
Statue.
The king wanted a statue of himself in the main square.
Glory.
Glory.
The new owners of the 100-year-old house are trying to bring it back to its former glory.
Honor.
Honor.
The school will hold a music festival to honor the memory of a late teacher.
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
The customers felt very satisfied with their meals when they left the restaurant.
Provide.
Provide.
The organization provides food for those in the city who need it. So we're still talking about the Hsinchu Zoo. Last time we mentioned, it went through some renovation. Now it looks really nice.
Right.
Without cages, right?
It was originally built in 1936. So I think it was ready to be renovated, right?
But does that mean they changed everything in the zoo? Like it would look like brand new.
Yeah.
Nothing will be the same?
They kept some of the things, right? I think at the entrance.
Yeah, the gate.
The gates, and there's like an elephant.
Elephant and lion
statues, right? And they kept that stuff. And they used to have an owl.
That's right.
Who lived there, and I guess he passed away. And now they have something there in his memory, right?
That's right. Well, that's pretty nice. So we have, all of these interesting things to see and different animals and a brand new zoo. Who wouldn't want to go there?
It sounds pretty interesting. I think that since it's so small and the animals are a bit more free, I think it will be a really intimate feeling.
Interaction with the animals. Yeah. Oh, and then there's also a really cute hippo there named Lala.
Oh,
Lala the hippo.
I like hippos. They have sun bears there.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Let's go.
All right, let's go to the Hsinchu Zoo.
See you there.
Hsinchu Zoo, where the animals rule.
With Hsinchu Zoo's rich history, those who were working on the project did not want to do away with the past entirely. That's why they were sure to hold on to what they could. The famous gates that are decorated with elephant and lion statues have been kept and brought back to their former glory. A statue of longtime zoo resident Big Ears, a tawny fish owl that died in 2016, was also put up to honor the bird's memory. And one bird cage has been turned into an art installation to show people firsthand what being in captivity feels like.
Today's lesson is called Hsinchu Zoo, where the animals rule. Part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike, and yes, we're learning about the magnificent Hsinchu Zoo. It has a unique position. It's the oldest, newest zoo in Taiwan. It was originally built in 1936, making it the oldest zoo in Taiwan, but it just sort of reopened after a many-year, at least several-year renovation. They fixed it up, they made it like brand new, got rid of the cages and bars, and now it's wide open, and the animals have a much more natural place to live, even though it is still a small space.
It's a very small
Sounds
space,
great.
But they've opened it up, okay? No more will you see bars and walls and stuff like that. Place is pretty much wide open and also airy. It seems bigger than it is.
Lions and tigers just everywhere.
Not exactly. There are ditches. Don't forget that, water-filled ditches. Anyways, more on this amazing zoo. With Hsinchu Zoo's rich history, those who were working on the project did not want to do away with the past entirely. Yes, we've got this historic zoo. Sure, we're going to give it a facelift, make it seem more open and airy, but we don't want to get rid of the past entirely. We don't want to do away with this historical zoo in the past and stuff like that. And that's why they were sure to hold on to what they could. Yes, they held on to whatever they could as far as the history of this zoo is concerned.
Interesting. If you hold on to something with your hands, it's in your hands and you've got a good tight grip. Here though, we're talking about they sort of kept it, they protected some of the old history. They didn't just get rid of anything old, they did keep a few things. And here we learn about what they kept. The famous gates that are decorated with elephant and lion statues have been kept and brought back to their former glory. So, if you visit Hsinchu Zoo with your parents or grandparents who went there as kids, they will see those famous gates. The statues of the elephants and lions are still there, and it looks even better. It's been brought back to its former glory, the gate and the statues.
How cool is
That's
that?
good.
So there are elements from the past that they have preserved, like these gates and then also these statues. Now, here we've got this word statue, okay? A statue is a piece of sculpture made out of stone or wood or a metal, okay? It's a sculpture made out of these materials, but usually you have formed these materials to make them look like a person or an animal. Anyways, for example, the king wanted a statue of himself in the main square. Yes, make a piece of art that looks like me in 3D and make it out of a fancy metal like gold.
Wow.
That would be expensive.
A gold statue
A gold
of you.
statue.
Okay, that would bring you a lot of glory. Glory, this noun, is basically when we talk about how great something is. A hero has glory. A very famous person who does something has glory. And when we bring something back to its glory, that means we kind of bring it back to its amazing, wonderful position or state or condition. For example, the new owners of the 100-year-old house are trying to bring it back to its former glory, making it look like it did 100 years ago. Not changing it, but making it look almost brand new.
Anyways, more on some statues. A statue of longtime zoo resident Big Ears, a tawny fish owl that died in 2016, was also put up to honor the bird's memory. So honor the past and then honor the memory of some of these longtime zoo residents. And here we're talking about a zoo resident. It's not a person, it's actually a bird. It's an owl. What a great owl this was. They wanted to honor the bird's memory, so they made a statue of it. By the way, if you honor someone, okay, you remember them, in this case, solemnly. Okay, you might acknowledge them or recognize them for doing something good, or you remember them seriously. Like, hey, Big Ears, you were awesome. Here's a statue to honor your memory. We don't want to forget you. For example, the school will hold a music festival to honor the memory of a late teacher. Yes, we're doing this to remember this awesome teacher who's no longer with us. Anyways, moving on, there's more, and one bird cage has been turned into an art installation to show people firsthand what being in captivity feels like. It feels kind of like being in jail or prison, I guess. But hey, this art installation will probably tell us what captivity feels like. Captivity.
Yes.
Being captured. It's terrible. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。新竹动物园建于1936年，它有着丰富的历史，所以从事这个整修改造专案的人不想要把它的过去完全废除，那就是为什么他们一定要把能保留的保留下来。好，这边用到2个重点，第一个。Be sure to 加原形动词，表示确定有什么，一定会怎么样。例如 ，The actor is sure to win the award。那名演员呢，一定会得奖的。好，第2个重点 ，hold on to something， 在这边是表达保存、保留，像是保留某个重要或者是有用的事物。例如。Anna held on to the necklace that her grandmother gave her. Anna 把祖母送给她的项链保留下来。那么 Mike 老师刚刚提到说 hold on to something 还可以表达用手紧紧抓住。那这时候老师用到一个名词 grip。 grip 就有抓紧，它还有掌握、控制的意思。好，那么课文接着写到说，新竹动物园的大门被留存下来，重现昔日的辉煌。那这扇大门它是用大象和狮子的雕像来装饰的。另外呢，他们还有设立一座雕像来纪念大耳朵。大耳朵是一只黄鱼鸮，它在动物园待了将近30个年头，然后在2016年死去了。好，这边有3个单字 ：statue 就是雕像、雕塑。那么 glory 它有光荣、荣耀的意思。当我们说 bring 什么什么 back to one's former glory， 就表示使什么来重现昔日的荣耀，重现以前的荣耀。好，那么 honor 这个动词呢，则表示向什么致敬或是公开表扬。Jeff 老师在解释单字时，他用到 acknowledge 这个字，就是在知识 knowledge 前面加上 ac， 让它变成动词。Acknowledge 就表示承认或是认可。老师还有用到一个副词叫做 solemnly， solemnly， 它可以表达说庄严地或者是严肃地。好，接回到课文中。
Shinju Zoo, where the animals rule.
For their part, the animals seem satisfied with their new homes. Lola the hippo swims happily in her expanded pool on a daily basis. And the sun bears have started digging up earth in their pen, which they usually only do in the wild.
Okay, folks, we're back and we're still reading about the new and improved Shinju Zoo. Now, for their part, the animals seem satisfied with their new homes. Yeah, they like not being in captivity anymore.
Well, that's good. So I guess we have a situation where there are a lot of happy animals at the Shinju Zoo. If you're satisfied with something, this adjective means, yeah, you're pretty happy with it. You're pleased with it. It meets what you need or what you expect. So if someone makes you some food or you get some food at a restaurant and it's good and it's hot and fresh and it tastes good and you enjoy it, you're satisfied with it. It doesn't mean it was the best food in the whole world and you've never had anything more delicious. It just means that I was hungry, I wanted some good food, I'm not hungry, the food was good. I'm satisfied. Everything is okay. For example, the customers felt very satisfied with their meals when they left the restaurant.
I don't want any more food. It was just a buffet. It wasn't the best food in the world, but I feel okay.
That's right. So let's look at how we know these animals are satisfied. Lola, the hippo, swims happily in her expanded pool on a daily basis. She's not sad or unhappy. She's not writing angry messages on Google or anything like that.
No.
She's a happy hippo.
Happy hippo. And the sun bears. The sun bears have started digging up earth in their pen, which they usually only do in the wild.
Happy bears.
There you go. So are they in captivity? Yes. But do they know it? No. They feel like they're in the wild. What happy animals. All right, folks, with that, it's time for a break once again. But don't go away. We'll be back after this.
动物园改善翻新之后，河马乐乐每天都快乐的在它拓宽的池子里面游泳，然后马来熊也开始在他们的这个蓝圈里面挖土。他们通常只有在野外才会这么做哦。那看来动物们似乎对新家很满意。好，单字 satisfied 就是形容满意的、心满意足的。接话课文中。
Shinju Zoo, where the animals rule.
Besides providing a better home for the animals, the zoo's facelift also aimed to bring people back to the zoo. And by all accounts, the new Shinju Zoo is something visitors will positively go ape over.
Okay, more on the new and improved Shinju Zoo. Now, besides providing a better home for the animals, the zoo's facelift also aimed to bring people back to the zoo. There's that word again, facelift. That means here that you make the surface of something look better. You might not fundamentally change it, you might just renew that thing. That's the idea here. The zoo is new and improved. It has been renovated. It has gotten a facelift. Now, before we move on, let's talk about the verb provide. If you provide someone or something with a thing, that means you give that thing to them because you want to support them, you want to help them, you want to supply them with this thing, so on and so forth. For example, the organization provides food for those in the city who need it. So this is what this organization does. It provides this food or gives this food to the people who need it.
Yeah, and we generally provide things that people need quite badly, right? Like animals need a safe and healthy place to live in a zoo. And it says, and by all accounts, the new Hsinchu Zoo is something visitors will positively go ape over. Go ape.
I'm happy.
Yeah, when we say go ape, we mean you're really happy about something, but of course gorillas and chimpanzees, these types of monkeys are actually apes. So they're going ape over it by all accounts. That basically just means all the reports, all the information, everything that people have been saying from visitors to animal experts to the animals themselves seems to say the new Hsinchu Zoo is just fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, folks, with that, our article is in the books, but we still have to ask and then answer the what do you think question. Hey, Mike, if you've been to the Hsinchu Zoo, how do you feel about it? If you haven't been, would you like to go? Why or why not?
I would like to go. I would be interested in going to the Hsinchu Zoo because it's new, it sounds nice, I like animals, and I haven't been to a zoo in many years.
And this is an airy one.
Yeah, and it's an airy one.
Very airy.
And I can see the statue of Big Ears and check out the gates and see Lala in her little hippo pool and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you might see me down at the Hsinchu Zoo sometime soon.
Sounds fantastic. All right, folks, our lesson is now in the books, and it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
这一次动物园的改造，除了为动物提供更好的家园，那另外一个目的就是要把人潮带回动物园。我们先来看单字 provide。provide 这个动词，它有提供、供给的意思。那么补充单字 facelift。facelift 它原本是指拉皮这一种整容手术，那么引申的意思是改善外观、整修门面、翻新改装。好，我们替这个老旧建筑物进行拉皮的时候，可能主要是去整修它的表面外观，而不是做根本上的那种大翻修。Jeff 老师刚刚他用到 fundamentally， 它就表示基本上的或者是根本的。那这个字是拼作 fundamentally。fundamentally。好，那么课文最后写到说，就各方面看来，这个焕然一新的新竹动物园肯定是会让访客感到非常兴奋的地方。这边有两个重点，第一个，副词片语 by all accounts 或者是 from all accounts， 字面意思是根据所有报道，那就是用来表达从各方面来看，根据大家所说。例如 Dave was by all accounts the strictest teacher at the school。 人人都说啊 Dave 是那间学校最严格的老师了。好，第二个重点 go ape 是口语用法，可以表达感到兴奋、激动，或者是感到很生气。它就是用猿类容易很兴奋、激动的天性来比喻这种激动的行为或是表现，后面可以接 over something。好，例如 The crowd went ape when the rock band took on stage。 当那个摇滚乐团上台时，群众都嗨翻了。好，那我们最后补充一下 ape 是指猿类的那个猿。那么 Mike 老师刚刚有提到大猩猩和黑猩猩的英文，我们来学一下 gorilla 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 表示大猩猩。那么 chimpanzee 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 就表示黑猩猩。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
各位同学，大家好，我是建安老师。我们今天带大家看应答问题 （Questions and Response） 的这个应考技巧第3个。OK， 第3个是什么呢？就是 WH 的问句，你要注意时态哦，相对应的答案可能是错的。什么意思呢？我们之前有讲到，就是说你要听它的疑问词是什么嘛。比如说你听到 when 啊，就要注意一下回答有没有时间，对不对？你听到 where 要注意一下有没有地点，是这些，对不对？但因为呢，大家已经太习惯这个 strategy 这个策略，大家太习惯了，所以呢，考试的这一方面出题的人呢，他也会使一点点小心机。也就是说，好，你听到 when 了，很好，但是呢，我在选项里面呢，我真的就给你一个答案是跟时间有关的哦，但是我故意把时态弄错 ，OK， 或者是人称代名词弄错。让你去做混淆，所以相对应的答案可能是错的，意思就是在这边哦。好，所以我们来看一下例题，像这边 When is Jack's wedding ceremony？ 你听到 when 对不对？哦，他结婚典礼什么时候 ？OK， 那答案 B 选项，你看 My friend was there at 2 p.m. 就很想要选啊 ，OK， 但是它是错的，为什么 ？When is Jack's wedding ceremony？ 他问的是 is，OK， 你看到这边它是用现在式，比方说这件事情可能还没有发生，那他什么时候要结婚了 ？OK，My friend was there， 这边用了一个过去式，所以时态是错的，就错掉了。OK， 那再来说 ，He's not going to attend the wedding， 是不是？wedding 是类似的发音，再见了，所以答案是 C 哦。I'll find out from my friend， 所以答案是 C。OK， 好。What time are you going to arrive？ 你几点要到？你听到 what time 你就时间。那你看到这边I arrived at 4 as usual， 你就会很想选跟往常一般我都是4点到，但这样这一题是错的因为 What time are you going to arrive？ 这时态是错的 ，I arrived at 4 as usual，OK， 所以呢，答案是 C，OK，I'll be there by 3 p.m。B 选项 It is 2 p.m. 它的意思是什么？现在是2点钟，所以这个也不行。OK， 好，那你知道了这个策略之后呢，我们就来做一个练习题哦。好，那上面这边的提示就是跟刚刚讲的差不多了就是呢有 when 的这个问题那有出现下面有2个选项都是有时间的，那到底哪一个是对的呢？你就要挑那一个，这个时态是对的 ，OK， 时态还有人称都是对的 ，OK， 那我们看到这边 who 的问题，2个选项都有人。OK， 那你就要注意一下时态 ，OK， 所以时态跟代名词都要对才可以哦。好，那我们来听一下。
When was the movie released?
A. It'll premiere next year. B. I believe it came out in 2018. C. It was only popular in Asia.
All right， 你看到它 A 跟 B 选项其实都有讲到这个时间，那再给大家听一下它的这个时态是什么，我再注意听一次哦。
When was the movie released?
A. It'll premiere next year. B. I believe it came out in 2018. C. It was only popular in Asia.
答案呢是 B 选项，对不对？大家应该刚好听到 When was the movie released？ 听到 when 跟 was， 你就知道它的回答呢必须要跟过去式有关咯。所以答案呢是 B 很想要选这个 A 没错听到 next year 是跟时间有关，但是他说 it'll premiere 明年要首映所以答案是 B I believe it came out in 2018。OK， 那如果你想要选 C 的话呢？为什么？你因为把 when 听成 where 了。你如果把 when 听成 where， 你就会很想要选 C， 而且你选下去也觉得说自己对，就是错了。All right， 以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.